Wood bits bobbed, shreds of sail entwined with weeds. Stretching into the distance, a multitude of islands glowed hazy and green in the morning sun. A solitary figure, weak, broken, clothing in shreds, staggered from the water. Once on the beach, he flung himself down, arms spread to either side. The man breathed deeply of land and life. Chapter 1. "Dad," Tony Souza said, "what's money for if you can't spend it?" It was a Saturday, the first day of summer vacation. But to Tony, his vacation already felt like a disaster. "Keep your money in the bank," his father said. He was unloading the dish rack. "Dad," Tony pressed, "if you had gotten up every morning at 6 for a year, delivered newspapers, got wet, got cold, fought off dogs, and made collections from people who didn't want to pay, you'd want to use the money you earned the way you wanted, wouldn't you?" "Tony, people are not allowed on roads with a motor vehicle until they are 15. A motor scooter is a motor vehicle. You are 11. Then what am I going to do with the $300 I made?" "I gave you a suggestion." Tony sat on the front steps. In 1 week, according to his parents' plan, he would go for a 21-day stay at his grandma's house on the Connecticut shore. When he had been younger, it was fun to learn to swim and to sit on a beach all day. And Grandma Souza, though her English was sort of embarrassing, was all right. But now, Tony didn't know any kids where she lived. And he hated doing things alone. It would be a bore. Back from Connecticut, he would go with his parents on their annual camping trip with Uncle Umberto and his family. Tony grimaced. The only thing worse than being with no kids was being with babies. That would leave only 2 weeks before school began. Some vacation. Tony stuck his head inside the house. "I'm going over to Jamal's," he shouted. When Tony slumped up Jamal's driveway, Rick, Jamal's older brother, was working on the red motorbike. Jamal was there, too. "They going to let you buy it?" Jamal called. Tony shook his head. "Too bad," Rick said. "This baby isn't going to last long. Got 2 calls this morning for my newspaper ad." Tony wandered back down to the street. Jamal ran after him. "What are you going to do with that money?" "I'll think of something." "What happens if your parents change their minds?" "They won't." "Want to watch TV?" Jamal suggested. "Play ball? Should be some guys at the park." Tony hesitated. The thought of being with friends was tempting, but spending his money was urgent. "Later," he said. Shoving his hands in his pockets, he set off. First he went into a bicycle shop, then a sports shop. After that, it was a toy store that carried computer games. Then there was the mart. As Tony wandered up and down the long aisles, everything seemed like junk. Then he saw it. It was a sailboat, no more than 12 feet in length, hanging from the ceiling. Made of some plastic-like stuff, its outside was blue, its inside white. A wooden rudder was at the back. The mast was metal. The sail bore red letters which proclaimed the boat's name, Snark. A large price tag dangled from the hull. Sale, $295. The moment Tony saw the boat, he knew, sure as he knew anything, what he wanted, what he needed, was a Snark. He ran home and poured out the news of his discovery, telling his parents all the ways the sailboat would make his summer exciting. When Tony saw them give each other a look, he knew it was not out of the question. He pressed harder, insisting they go to the store right away. At the mart, his mother gazed up at the boat and said, "It's like a polystyrene cup with a sail." "Ma, it's a sailboat. Can I get it?" "There are some things to check first," his mother returned. "Come on, I have a friend who sails." "Ma!" Tony wailed again. "Tony, it's not sailing anywhere." Once home, Tony's mother called her friend and asked for a reaction to a Snark. "You can't cross oceans with it."